All right, which of these are exponential? And if no, we're going to explain why they are not. Class, yes or no? Yes. This is exponential. What do you guys notice about the exponent? It's a what? It's a variable. Everyone say variable? Class, is B exponential? No. You already know what function family that is. It's to the second power, so it is? So what's the name of that? 12 basic functions? That's quadratic. Now, we can also say no, because the exponent should be what? Be a variable. Does that make sense? It's the other way around now. So before, we used to have a base that was a variable, and then a number that was the exponent, or the degree. But now in exponential functions, the base is a number, and the exponent is a variable. How about C?
No.
This one's no. Same reason. Same reason. Don't do that in your tests. And then this last one. Yes or no? This one is a yes. Now I do want to talk about this one because you have negative exponents. So let's talk about this. Because exponential functions, we're going to have to use the law of exponents. So I'm going to rewrite the problem. 7 times 2 to the negative x power. Let's clarify that 7 does not have a negative exponent. If I wanted 7 to have a negative exponent, I would have drawn parentheses around them. So the negative exponent is only to the 2. Well, what do I do with that? How do I get rid of a negative exponent? I can draw a fraction line. I used to, not anymore, but I used to live in a 2-story house. And pretend you have to move rooms, right? Your parents say, oh, you got to go to that room. So you got to move the box. Well, you put a tag on the box, which is a negative sign, and you actually move the box either upstairs or downstairs. In this case, you're moving it downstairs. But once you go downstairs, it's in its right place, you take off the tag. You take off the tag or the label. Do you see it? So basically the negative exponent tells you to switch either it's on the top to bottom or bottom to top. Okay? And then you just still have the 7 in the numerator. So this is one way of saying our answer. Okay. Let's say another way. Let's say you're like, I don't want a fraction. Or you want a different variation of the problem. So you can do 7 times 2 to the negative 1x power. Yeah, 2 to the negative 1x, right? I could just put a negative 1 right there. And now if I draw my parentheses around this direction, two to the negative 1 power, let's do a side problem, 2 to the negative 1 power, I can put it over 1. I take off the tag. When there's nothing left in the numerator, the top of the fraction, there's still a 1. Here you get 2 to the first power, which is what? 2. So, in some ways, 2 to the negative 1 power becomes 1/2. So this would be 7 times 1/2 x. Actually, this one will be incorrect then, because you'll notice that the x is in the denominator, not the numerator. So this one's wrong. Cross out. So 4 examples of when to tell it's exponential, and then we talked about having negative exponents and then moving places.